From from southwestern Wyoming down to eastern Utah to the northeastern Arizona. From western Arizona down to Gulf of California. From north central Texas stretching to north central Mexico. From northeastern Texas down to northern Louisiana down to western Mississippi and Tennessee. And from southern Alabama and Panhandle down for southern Georgia and for southern South Carolina. And from southeastern tip of Maine, western tip of Nova Scotia and out to sea. Here is a high pressure in eastern Ontario, eastern Idaho, southern Colorado, and off the western Florida Gulf Coast. While seeing some low pressures in northeastern Oregon, western Arizona, western Nebraska and Kansas, and northeastern Arkansas, north central Texas, and up in northern Indiana, and eastern South Dakota, and Maine and western Virginia here. And we got 71 degrees temperature right now in Boston, 72 in Pittsburgh, 75 in New York City, 83 in Washington, D.C., 77 in Atlanta, 85 in Miami, 85 in Dallas, Texas, 86 in Brownsville, Texas, 78 in Kansas City, 79 in Omaha, 65 in Chicago, 71 in Detroit, 71 in Minneapolis, 75 in Great Falls, Montana, 80 in Seattle, 65 in San Francisco, 72 in Los Angeles, 103 in Las Vegas, 101 in Phoenix, 78 out in Albuquerque, 77 in Denver, and 92 in Salt Lake City. Here, current conditions around the region here we have 69 degrees temperature right now in Boston, 61 in Pittsburgh, 60 in Bedford, 64 in Beverly, 66 in Gloucester, 62 in Hayville, 68 in Cape Cod Bay, 61 in Worcester, 68 in Boston Harbor, 61 in Sturbridge, 65 in Webster, 62 in Albert, 61 in Taunton, 66 in New Bedford, 68 in Plymouth, 64 in Falmouth, 66 in Chatham and Parvestan, 71 in Cape Cod Bay, 63 in Martha's Vineyard, 67 in Nantucket, and 66 out in Blockon, 67 in Westerly, and 59 in Smithfield, 72 in Montauk, 71 in Islip, 76 in New York City, 73 in Long Island Sound, 71 in Bridgeport, 70 in New Haven, 66 in Danbury and Meriden, 63 in Waterbury, 67 in Hartford and Springfield, 64 in Springfield and Amherst, 63 in Greenfield, Massachusetts, 56 in North Adams, 57 in Pittsfield, 64 in Albany, New York, 55 in Bennington, 59 in Brattleboro, 57 in Keene, Hampshire, 56 in Jefferson, Hampshire, 61 in Concord and Nashville, Hampshire, 59 in Manchester, Hampshire, 63 up in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Here, current conditions. Let's take a look at forecast discussion. And the country shows heavy rains and flash flooding possible over the Tennessee Valley and southern Appalachians. And severe weather spread across the Dakotas and Nebraska and continue in the Sunday evening. And the Four Corner region will see an increase in shower and thunderstorm activity early this week. Here, showers and thunderstorms will continue tonight along the wavy frontal boundary stretch from the southern plains to the Mid-Atlantic coast. In Northern Texas, precipitation expected to develop to the east of the surface flow along the front with it should slowly track eastward in fact the low high sending down into Monday and then abundance of the Gulf moisture feeding into the organized area of shower storms will allow heavy rains and hide the risk of flash flooding across the Tennessee Valley and the southern Appalachians. Affect heavy rains will shift eastward into the portions of the Mid-Atlantic states Monday night into Tuesday as a low trekking off fact the Ohio Valley weakens and a little second low develops and deepens off the Virginia coastline. The threat for strong and severe thunderstorms will continue across the Dakotas and Nebraska Sunday night beneath and upper disrupted in the north central United States, and the conditions remain unsettled with this system as it crosses into the upper Midwest and Great Lakes early this weekend, and moisture across the region could lead to periods of heavy rains with development of showers and thunderstorms at up level low. Down in southwest Africa, California, coastal to updraw, and endless moisture northward into the southwest and across four corner states. The increase in the moisture should foster widespread shower activity across the region Monday and then especially Tuesday afternoon. Over effects could lead to the localized areas of heavy rain and flash flooding with the higher elevations of Arizona. Here, forecast discussion around the region. Tri-seasonal warmer persist. For midweekend's low pressure passes well throughout Saturday and turn on settled Thursday and Friday as another system approaches from the Great Lakes before dry weather arrives for the weekend. Here, in 10 p.m. update, radar is quite expanded to move offshore this time, and as clouds cause over that caravan where the light winds will offer range including with lower temperatures just slightly, but overall free across the track for the overnight hours and lows in the 50s to low 60s are on track. And take a look at our wet brown in the tropics here. We have shower activity associated with an elongated area of low pressure located about midway between Los Antilles and the Cape Verde Islands. There is currently minimal and no significant development is expected during the next 2 days, but conditions could become a little more favorable by later in the week as the system moves slowly westward across the central part of the tropical Atlantic. Formation stretch for 4 hours. Low 10% formation stretch for 5 days. Medium about 30%. Here. The latest on Rufflestorm Arena, 45 mile per hour wind gust, winds free about west about 12 miles per hour. Current central location 17.5 to the 130.4 to the west. There, tropical storm. Latest public advisory is Katrina continues west southwestward with little change in the strength and location 17.5 to the north, 130.4 to the west, and about 13.8 miles, 20 to 20 kilometers west southwest of the 7 typical Baja California maximum sustained winds. 45 miles per 75 kilometers an hour. The present movement about west southwest about 255 degrees at 12 miles about 19 kilometers an hour. And minimum central pressure 1,002 millibars or 29.59 inches. Here, there are no coastal waters or warnings in effect. And at 8 p.m. Pacific time, 300 UTC, the center of tropical storm Korean west, located in latitude 17 after the north, longitude 130.4 to the west, and Korean is movement toward the west southwest near about 12 miles by 19 kilometers an hour. And the west southwestward to westward motion with increase in forward speed is affected over the next 40 hours. Max sustained winds moving near 45 miles per 75 kilometers an hour gusts. Little change in strength is expected during the next 4 hours. The tropical storm force winds extend out to 80 miles per 130 kilometers from center. Estimated minimum central pressure is 1,002 millibars or 29.59 inches. Here. In tropical depression 12E, 16.1 in the north, 116.6 to the west. The maximum sustained winds 35 miles per movement, west about 8 miles per hour. And our public advisory, the latest public advisory, another tropical depression forms well southwest of Mexico. Location 16.1 in the north, 160.6 to the west, about 640 miles, 10-30 kilometers southwest of the southern tip of Baja California. Maximum sustained winds 35 miles per 55 kilometers an hour. Present movement about west about 275 degrees at 8 miles per 13 kilometers an hour. The minimum central pressure 1,005 millibars or 29.68 inches, and there are no coastal watches warnings in effect. At 8 o'clock Pacific time, 300 UTC, the center of tropical depression 12E is located near latitude 60.1 in the north, longitude 160.6 to the west, and the depression is moving toward the northwestern near 8 miles per 13 kilometers an hour. The current will turn toward the northwest expected tomorrow, with a turn toward the north possible on Tuesday, and the maximum sustained winds are near 35 miles per 55 kilometers an hour with higher wind gusts. Some gradual strengthening is forecast during the next 48 hours, and the estimated minimum central pressure is 1,005 millibars, 29.68 inches. Here. And Central Pacific, a low pressure center about 900 miles east southeast of Ohio's New York Station as the Atlantic New System remains neutralized in favorable conditions. May support the development of the tropical cyclone during the next couple of days. Formation chance by 4 hours, minimum about 4% end. A weak low pressure area about 750 miles south of Honolulu, Hawaii, west moving in west slowly. There was a very slight chance that the environmental conditions may support further development of this system over the next couple of days. Formation chance for 4 hours, low news 0% and elsewhere. No tropical cyclones are expected by Tuesday afternoon here. Okay, tomorrow's highs here we'll see about 68 to 83 degrees and Tuesday's high 71 degrees and sunshine near average temperatures. So start the work week here. And take a look at our latest weather notes here. Tomorrow's high 67 to 80. Today's highs around the region 73 to 80 degrees and dew points in the 50s around the northeast to be a comfy night in store. Beautiful sleeping weather again here in Boston high for tomorrow 77 degrees. And comfy Tuesday and Wednesday. And Charlotte on Thursday and Friday, Saturday. Friday, Sunday be cool with a passing shower. 72 to 76 temperature on the beach and water temperature 64 to 68 degrees of water temp. Monday and Tuesday 0% chance of rain and Wednesday 20% and a Thursday 40% chance of rain shower here. Okay. Let's take a look at a view from the outside here. And it's a nice night in store. Okay, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this. While you're sleeping in the overnight hours of tonight, we are gonna see some dry and seasonable weather will persist for midweek. And let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this. While you're sleeping in the overnight hours tonight, most of the coast got a low 57 degrees on the northwest wind. For Monday, most of the sun's got under 67 degrees and northwest wind about 79 miles per hour. Monday night, podcast got a low 55 degrees and calm wind. Tuesday, sun's got under 30 degrees and calm wind. Tuesday night, most of the coast got a low 57 degrees and southeast wind about 5 miles per hour and calm in the evening. Wednesday, most of the sun's got under 30 degrees. Wednesday night, podcast got a low 59 degrees. Thursday, chance of showers, but the sun's got under 36 degrees and chance of precipitation 30%. For tonight, mostly Alaska, low 62 degrees. And for Friday, mostly partly sunny skies under 34 degrees. And Friday night, chance of showers, mostly Alaska, low 60 degrees and chance of precipitation 30%. Saturday, partly sunny skies under 33 degrees. Saturday night, partly Alaska, low 58 degrees. And for Sunday, mostly sunny skies under 34 degrees. Bitters, what a phrase of the night! A pleasant night at tap and a marvelous Monday and top of tomorrow. Peter, Channel News Time. It's 11:14 and it is time now for the little traffic report. And it shows 95 on the southbound side. Slow from Walpole down to Mansfield on the southbound side of 95. To the next on the 95 southbound. Between exits 7 and 8, which is South Main Street in Foxborough, Route 140 in Foxborough here, so try to some extra time in that area, okay? And Route 24 on the West Bridgewater, 24 South, motor vehicle accident rollover, prior to exit 16 and no operator with vehicle and uncommon, unknown if party flood on foot or Massachusetts State Police has 2 K9 patrol officers en route here. South Fix Expressway a little slow. You approach the Braintree split on the southbound side. Mass parking eastbound side. Bumper to bumper. He's approach 128. And 290 on the northbound side. Some construction on 29 eastbound around the downtown Worcester, so expect to be slow from Sword Street to Route 146 here. But otherwise, a smooth sailing commute on the Sunday night. And 93 in the southbound side, a little slow from Redding down through Wakefield there. Patriot Channel News Time, 11:15. Time now for the Patriot Channel News Late Night Report on this Sunday night, August 17, 2014. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins, and it's what's happening in the world of news. Our top story 11:15 is a detail from a report showing the entry and re-entry and exit wounds from 6 bullets. And the top story shows Michael Brown was struck at least 6 times here. And the latest news is in Ferguson, Missouri, where peaceful protesters turned in violent in Ferguson, Missouri, as police and riot gear doing all they can to try to calm down the rioting crowd here. Texas Governor Rick Perry has a pet project under investigation of redirecting controversy to Republicans. Israel's pressure lifted a fishing ban in Gaza to allow fishing within 3 nautical miles off Kara shows a medium report sent in Jerusalem on Sunday. Iraqi Kurdish Peshmerga fighters on Sunday headed to Mosul Dam, which they took Islamic State militants and Kurds have gained ground in the recent days with the help of the U.S. ABC News reporter Elizabeth Vargas said is returned to a recovery center to be treated for alcohol dependency, she and the network said Sunday. So, to Mrs. Vargas, hope you recover nicely in rehab. Hope you go back to work full speed of recovery. Thank you very much. And get well, Mrs. Vargas. Workers prepare for the new Without Borders Ebola treatment center Sunday near Monrovia, Liberia, as effect of the facility that has 120 beds, making it the largest such center for Ebola treatment in isolated history, and the group plans to expand it. A man arrested in Chinatown shooting in Boston and injured 4 people as police sent a statement sent to that similar known to Boston police officers as prior firearm convictions on this record here. Massachusetts shoppers in the stores this weekend will be able to enjoy a discount as part of the state's tax-free holiday. Boston, as he nears the end of his second and final term, Governor DeBall Patrick's wanderlust has kicked in high gear in this past 18 months. Patrick has embarked on a whirlwind tour of the globe, stopping in at far-flung places as Colombia, Ireland, Japan, Hong Kong, Singapore, Panama, Israel, and United Arab Emirates, and the solo trips marks the most active overseas travel for a period of practically nearly 8 years of us, according to an Associated Press review for the Governor's Office scheduled by the Associated Press during its first 4-year term. Patrick made 1 trade mission in China. In Edgartown, Massachusetts, President Obama is getting off the island in a rare move for him. The president planned to break in the middle of his Martha's Vineyard vacation to return to Washington on Sunday night for service-side meetings with Vice President Joe Biden and another advisors. The White House has been cagey about why the president needs to be back in Washington for these discussions here. At first in Providence, Gina Raimondo fought solving Rhode Island's pension problem was just a matter of math. Billions of dollars of unfunded benefits were owed to the state's teachers, police officers, and firefighters and others. But the newly elected general treasurer quickly learned back to 2011 that the fix was as much about politics as it was pure numbers. And overall, Raimondo crafted and helped push for the General Assembly is a key part of her pitch for why she deserves the Democratic nomination governor. She faces Providence Mayor Angel Tavares and political newcomer Clay Pell in the September 9th primary. The winner will be faced one of two Republicans, Cranston Mayor Alan Fung on the Bisman and Ken Ball. Police investigated Scott Davis death in Pepperell. New Hampshire military officials, volunteers, and compensation officers successfully rescued a Massachusetts hacker injured while descending on Mount Monadnock. Massachusetts robocall intends thousands of residents to retrieve undeserved unemployment benefits. And Rhode Island State Police says Seth Falls motorist is stopped because he was wearing a seatbelt and he was in risk of gun charges. Here. A 15-year-old boy arrested Sunday on suspicion reports and death threats on social media aimed at students of schools on the Santa Clara Valley has been did it so in prank of what he said. Now for Bellport, New York, police said they arrested a homeless man responsible for dozens of vehicle break-ins on Long Island in the past 2 months. In Houston, increasing workers in power and offering Latino-owned companies easier access to funding that can be used for growth and expansion and can help improve the social and economic status of Latinos in the United States. A massive data breach has been suffered by Jules Oscar Factor, of which information on millions of customers being exposed. Spokesman of the parent company of Jules Oscar AB Acquisition Center now has been determined to do it. If I noticed that you have recently updated Internet Explorer browsers running frustrating slow, chances you have been hit by the connective model dialog boxes glitch. And also, the maker of the popular operating system like Windows, Microsoft is a weak as and didn't install their latest update or complaint that would cause the computer to crash to give us what has become known as a blue screen of death Microsoft style. Here, Renova Motors takes a step in its first line of electric cars and unveiling of the Renova Coupe. The date we are planning on the Tesla Model S, its electric sedan, would probably going to be the first electric car for the family. Tech giant Google has purchased San Francisco-based starter Jetpack creator the software that analyzes a picture 7 rounds post on the internet and works up urban guides for the information it extracts. On the Sunday episode of Keeping Up with Kardashians, Kourtney Kardashian and Kim Kardashian's Khloe Kardashian recent shady behavior. Sin City Dame for Kill was so green screen heavy that cardboard boxes were used in place of cars and set by one thing was completely genuine. The people in New York win for a rude awakening while this episode sought the FBI targeting an episode of murder and would it be in grave story on the listening room when he said that he was a terrible infectious disease spread in the city. As Eric plays relationship cards with Suki and Bill in True Blood, the Jessica Hoyt Bridget Love Square figures itself out. In sports, South Williamsport, Pennsylvania, Westfield as Eli Salmon grabbed his neighborhood pallet. Ty Shannon handed slept on him back after a teenage wild 7-6 win on Sunday night in the Little League World Series eliminated team over the Texas team. Brooklyn, Michigan, Jeff Quinn has spoken splendid memories of the past. Joey Lingard is making bold promises about the future for the pair of sprint car stars who decided Sunday's Pure Michigan for and that look seems feeling worse despite the fact. Dan Herring looks down after giving up a 3-1 double to the Brewers catcher John McCoy in the second inning of the Dodgers 7-2 loss to the Milwaukee Brewers on Sunday at Dodger Stadium. Serena Williams continues her straight-set win over Anna Engelbert in Cincinnati. They lost Derek Jeter in Tampa, but Rays manager Joey Maddon will appreciate his team felt the same love. Quantum computing morphology seems to be the most talked about thing across the tech world at the moment. That's because of the fact that the latest development is actually successfully integrated into it. We will be able to see a giant leap forward to it. One of the biggest stunts on in social media right now has the very low key begins on the professional golf circuit. The squad aspect of challenge yourself, post and tag yourself on social media challenge others do it. Work ran for the new antibiotics that super bugs evolve. Scientific news, chemistry to hard to reach places. Back to Nature search aided by General Medicine Technology and San Clemente, California in Orange County. For 3 Robin Paulette's mental and 5 kids spending the summer surfing is more than simply a fun activity. In Situate, at his Channel Norman Situate friends are trying to put together words how much Corey Griffin added to the world in his 27 years. Take a look at Worcester, Massachusetts. MSB, Massachusetts State Police, Worcester Police are looking for a blue Toyota Highlander connected with a possible person being held against. They will police believe that the vehicle is headed into Worcester due to the nature of the incident. No names will be posted right now. Updates will be posted wherever be available. At Lowell, Massachusetts, 463 School Street, Lowell Fire Department engine on sitting in a vehicle reported salmon into another parked vehicle. Driver reported highly ETOH. Requested police department on a push. And that's we have the Weather Just your PJ News. Late night report on the Sunday night, August 17, 2014. PJ will say bye. Good night, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Good night with a good vibes attitude. See you tomorrow morning. Yeah.